Are you looking for injury updates about the Los Angeles Rams? Well, you've clicked on the right video here on the Rams radar. I'll get right into it. On the injury report, this is at CBS.com. It's not an official injury report, but it is status. The Rams have not released an official injury report at this moment and time of recording of this video. But Matthew Stafford, as everyone knows, has been dealing with back soreness, which we found out yesterday is an aggravated disc. Amongst the reports about Stafford's injury, McVay felt the need to start off his press conference today with this.
Good day today. A couple things. I'm sure you guys have questions. That's nothing new in terms of what's been reported on Matthew. The aggravated disc is what led to the sore back. So all those things are true. And part of getting the epidural was part of the plans dealing with Dr. Watkins in terms of what we felt like was the best case and best scenario to be able to allow him to be as healthy as possible. He's due to get a good workout in on the day of our preseason game where he's going to throw. And that was on par with the schedule that we always had.
Great.
You'll see him in practice next week. He won't participate in the Chargers practice just because of we're looking at it like he's got an acclimation period that'll really start on Saturday once we play the Cowboys. And good day today.
Okay.
A couple things.
So again, after that, I was at a 4 out of 10 concern. Yesterday, the reports brought me down to a 3 out of 10 concern. And I'll be honest, hearing that there is a plan in place for him to start throwing again, that brings me down to a 1 out of 10 concern. I think this story kind of went off the rails a little bit here, and that's just sort of the nature of the beast of sports media landscape. And I hope I did not mislead anyone in my videos or content. I've always tried to do my best to bring up the facts and what we knew and what we didn't know. But I am going to lean that this story is concluding, and it's not going to be something that lingers all NFL season long. I think Stafford they're just being smart with him, and he has a couple weeks before the season starts, and I think we knew he wasn't going to play in the preseason. Stafford's going to be fine. I think we can, unless something else happens, like a setback or something, I think we can trust that Matthew Stafford is poised for a fantastic season with the Los Angeles Rams. Kobe Turner apparently has been dealing with back soreness of his own, but he is also questionable for week 1. He has been seen in street clothes around the Rams, and to be honest, I'm kind of surprised this didn't get more media attention than just now. But yes, Kobe Turner, sounds like they're taking care of him as well, maintenance. And you know what? This is actually on brand for the Rams, for players they know are going to be starters. It's pretty routine in the McVay era to be super overly cautious with players at this point before the season starts. And Jared Verse. Now, a report did come out that Jared Verse, his knee collided with Braden Fiss during a joint practice today. Ram fans were scared and overreacted online. Greg Beecham tweeted out that Jared Verse had to be helped off the field by trainers at Rams practice after bumping knees with Braden Fiss, Sean McVay says. McVay doesn't know much about the injury, but Verse was down for a little while and had his arms on 2 trainers' shoulders as he left the field midway through practice. He did not return. However, for those of you who are having a heart attack as me reading that, rest assured Jared Verse tweeted out, "Nah, I'm playing with y'all. I'm fine." So that makes me feel at peace about it. Like that. So that is kind of your injury report roundup here. I'm going to point out, Stu Jackson tweeted out that Sean McVay said offensive coordinator Mike LaFleur will call plays for the offense in Saturday's preseason game versus the Cowboys, while linebackers coach Greg Williams will call plays for the defense. Love this. I always love when assistant coaches get the opportunity to, do something like that, because especially Mike LaFleur, I believe he's going to be a head coach in the NFL sooner rather than later. For those of you who are concerned about Matthew Stafford, I want to point out that Alan Sales tweeted out this video saying, "Just before training camp, Matthew Stafford was out here throwing bombs to my kids." I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be ready for ready come week 1. Hashtag Rams house. And I will show this here, and I want to point out, it looks like my math might be off on this, but it looks like Stafford is throwing from about the 5, and that ball goes beyond the 30 towards the 40. So 35-yard throw that looked pretty effortless. Let's just kind of watch that one more time. There's a beautiful spiral on that ball, perfectly placed. The kid caught it. Well done to that young gentleman there. Future Ram, possibly, that Stafford's developing already. For our next story, we'll go here to the Rams wire of Cameron DeSilva. Rams release first unofficial depth chart of the preseason. No major surprises on the Rams' first depth chart of 2025. He does point out that this is not assembled by a coach or front office member, but rather a media team member. So let's take a look here. Nothing of surprise here. You got Stafford at quarterback, Kyron at running back, Puka Nacua, Tutu Atwell, Rob Havenstance, Kevin Dotson, Coleman Shelton, Steve Avila, and Alaric Jackson. Now, I point out AJ Jackson specifically because there is no update in regard to his status for week 1 and beyond. He's been dealing with blood clotting. I tend to believe that he's in the same boat as Stafford and Kobe Turner, that they're just continuing to be safe with them. Especially, the Chargers just lost their left tackle for the year. I think any of your key players that have already made the roster and you need them for week 1, wrap them in bubble wrap, folks. Protect. You don't want your season to go down the drain from missing star player talent. Tyler Higbee at tight end, Devontae Adams there. Interesting, I guess, note of here is at the third string tight end position, Davis Allen is there ahead of rookie tight end Terrence Ferguson. So not a total surprise that Colby Parkinson is second string, but again, this is unofficial. There's a chance that this will move around, but that's just something of note. On the defensive side of the ball, you of course have Byron Young, Braden Fisk, Poona Ford, Kobe Turner, Jared Verse, Omar Spates, and Nate Landman taking those linebacker spots that people did have questions about. And with Troy Reeder and Elias Neal on second string, Chris Paul Jr., who the Rams drafted this year, a lot of people thought he had an opportunity to start. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case right away. And I'm quite frankly, from what I've heard about Nate Landman and Omar Spates having a really good camp, I'm excited to have them as the Rams starting linebackers week 1. It sounds like they've had the best camp, especially Nate Landman's been balling out. Akello Weatherspoon, Quentin Lake, Cam Curl, Darius Williams make up the secondary. Again, Cam Kitchens and Jalen McCullen and Emmanuel Forbes Jr. Emmanuel Forbes Jr., he left practice a couple of days ago, so waiting on some more updates from him. But I feel like if they believe in him and that he was going to start, because this was a really important offseason for Emmanuel Forbes Jr., I think that he'll be okay and that the Rams will move forward with him cautiously and hope, save him for the season as well. Of note, special teams, of course, Ethan Evans and Joshua Carty take up your punter and kicker positions. I just want to say, on a personal level, and I'm sure I speak for every Rams fan out there, so glad to have the kicker position, solidified, that we don't have to play the musical kicking chair game, and that Joshua Carty can continue to develop, and who had a pretty decent year for a rookie kicker last year. I'm excited to see him perfect his craft. Ethan Evans, of course, is going to hold for him. Your long snapper and Alex Ward. This is something I'm always interested in, is punt returner and kick returner. Xavier Smith on punt return, happy about that. And Jordan Whittington on kick return, also happy about that. Britton Covey, who came over from the Eagles as kind of a return ace there as well, on backup punt returner, and then Blake Corum on the second string kick return spot. Anyway, that's going to do it for me in this video. Just a quick update. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in your comments below. I'll be hosting a watch party for the Rams and Cowboys in their preseason, spat coming up on Saturday. And as always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams. And if you are interested in membership or anything like that, feel free to check that out as well. Trying to build a really cool Rams community and football channel here.